Hello, and a very warm welcome back to American English Explained. I'm Maya, and today I am feeling contemplative. I've been thinking a lot about the big picture. Jacob, how are you feeling?
You know, Maya, I'm feeling inspired. I spent my morning reading about people who changed their careers at age 50, and it really energized me. How are you feeling today, guys? Are you stuck in a routine, or are you ready for a pivot?
I love that. A pivot. We'll definitely add that to our vault later. To our listeners, this show is designed for B1 and B2 English learners. We use a language mix of clear communication and advanced, beautiful phrases to help you reach that C1 level.
And don't forget your safety net. If we use a word you don't know, keep going. We have our vocabulary vault at the end where we break everything down with definitions and examples.
Our philosophy here is life in English. This isn't a grammar drill. Whether you're driving, cooking, or relaxing on the sofa, we're here to help you live your life through this language. Because finding your career path isn't just about a job, it's about your destiny.
Today's episode is special. We're talking about how to find your why and identify your true interests. If you want to stop just working and start thriving, stay tuned. And hey, while you're here, subscribe, like the video, and share it with a friend who is searching for their path.
Here is our two-part roadmap. Part 1, the conversation, Simon Sinek's why, global data, and our personal stories.
Part 2, the deep dive, the vocabulary vault.
Maya, I saw a study recently that said 85% of people globally are not engaged at work. They are just clocking in and clocking out. That's a massive amount of human potential going to waste.
It's heartbreaking, Maya. And the reason is often that people focus on the what, the job title, instead of the why. In the video we're looking at today, the idea is that your career shouldn't just be what you do. It should be an expression of your innate powers. I remember my own journey. I started in finance because I thought success meant a big office, but I was miserable. I had to do a power audit on myself. I realized my real power wasn't math, it was storytelling. Once I pivoted to digital media, everything changed. I wasn't just working, I was on a mission.
My story is similar. I studied linguistics to be a researcher, but I felt so isolated. Then I realized my why was connection. I wanted to help people bridge cultures. That's how I ended up here, talking to all of you. It's about finding that sweet spot where your skills meet your passion.
That sweet spot is the holy grail, isn't it? But for most of us, finding it isn't a lightning bolt moment. It's more like an archaeological dig. You have to clear away the layers of what society wants or what your parents expected to find the gold of what you were actually built for.
Exactly. And I think the biggest mistake people make is starting from the outside in. They look at the what, the job title, the salary, the office, and try to force their soul into that box. But a true mission starts from the why, that deep internal engine that drives everything you do.
If you're listening right now and feeling a bit lost, I want you to visualize 3 distinct pillars. If you can find where these 3 meet, you found your North Star. Pillar 1, your innate powers, the gift. What is the one thing you do that feels like play to you, but looks like hard work to others? Maybe you're the person who organizes the messy group chat, or maybe you can explain complex ideas to a child. These aren't just hobbies, they are indicators of your natural design. Pillar 2, the world's friction, the problem. What makes you angry? What breaks your heart when you see it in the world? Your mission is often hidden in the problem you feel most qualified to solve. For me, it was seeing brilliant people silenced by a language barrier. That friction created my fire. Pillar 3, the contribution, the service. A mission isn't a mission if it's only about you. That's just a dream. A mission becomes real when it serves someone else. Who are you fighting for? When you identify your target audience, your work suddenly gains a massive amount of gravitas.
I love that, Jacob. It's about moving from being a passenger in your own life to being the architect. But how do we actually analyze these powers? I always tell my students to do an energy audit.
An energy audit? Tell me more.
For 1 week, carry a small notebook. Every time you finish a task, ask yourself, did this give me energy or did it drain me? If you felt electrified and lost track of time, you were in your flow state. That is a clue to your power. If you felt sluggish and kept checking the clock, that task is likely outside your core mission. Your mission isn't something you invent, it's something you detect. You have to be a detective in your own life.
That is so profound. It's the difference between a career and a calling. A career is something you do for 40 hours a week to pay the bills. A calling is something that gives your life alignment. When your why is clear, the how becomes easy. You'll find the courage to learn the English, take the risk, or make the pivot because the purpose is bigger than the fear.
And that's the beauty of it. When you find that mission, you stop competing with others and start competing with your own potential. You realize that there is a U-shaped hole in the world that only you can fill.
You know, Maya, it's fascinating how that why starts for different people. It's not a one-size-fits-all journey. If you look closely, people usually fall into one of 3 origin stories when it comes to finding their mission.
I love that. It's like everyone has a different entry point into their destiny. Let's break those down because identifying which type you are can actually help you stop comparing yourself to others.
First, we have the inheritors. These are the people who seem to have their talent written in their DNA. It's a generational craft passed down from their ancestors. Maybe your grandfather was a master carpenter and your mother was an architect, and now you have this innate sense of space and design.
For these people, the mission isn't about finding something new, it's about honoring their lineage. They feel a deep sense of responsibility to carry the torch. Their power isn't just theirs, it belongs to a long line of creators. It's a beautiful, deep connection to the past that fuels their future.
Then you have the specialists. These are the people who were born with a singular focus. From the age of 5, they weren't interested in everything. They were interested in one thing. Maybe it was how insects move, how engines hum, or how to hit a ball with perfect precision.
This is the curiosity-driven path. For them, the mission is an obsession. They don't choose the interest chooses them. They spend their lives going deeper and deeper into their niche. They don't care about being well-rounded. They want to be the absolute masters of their specific world.
And then there's the path of the visionaries. These people find their mission by looking at a legendary figure. They see a legendary football player like Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi, and they don't just see a game, they see a blueprint for discipline and greatness. They see a popular artist or a world-class musician and think, I want to speak that language.
Exactly. They find a role model who serves as a mirror for their own potential. By emulating their hero, they eventually discover their own unique voice. They start by following in someone else's footsteps until they are brave enough to carve their own path. For them, the mission is born from inspiration.
So, whether you are an inheritor, a specialist, or a visionary, the goal is the same, to find that alignment, where your why meets your work. You don't have to be born a genius to have a mission, you just have to be observant enough to see where your heart is pointing.
And that is the pinnacle of professional life. When you stop looking for a paycheck and start looking for a purpose, the English language stops being a subject you study and starts being the vessel for your message. We're going to practice our vocabulary now, but before we do, remember that these words are your power tools for professional conversations.
Contemplative. Adjective. Expressing or involving prolonged thought. Example. He was in a contemplative mood after the seminar.
Pivot, noun, verb, a fundamental change in strategy or direction. Example, the company made a successful pivot from retail to e-commerce.
Destiny, noun. The events that will necessarily happen to a person in the future. A hidden power. Example, she felt it was her destiny to become a teacher.
Clocking in, out. Idiom. To record the time of arrival or departure at work, used to describe a boring routine. Example, if you're just clocking in, you'll never find true fulfillment.
Innate, adjective. Inborn, natural. Example, he has an innate ability to make people feel comfortable.
Fulfillment. Noun. Satisfaction or happiness as a result of developing one's character or abilities. Example, helping others brings her a deep sense of fulfillment.
Sweet spot, idiom. The optimum point or combination of factors for maximum effect. Example, this job is the sweet spot between my love for art and my tech skills.
Flow state. Noun. A mental state where a person is fully immersed in an activity. Example, I enter a flow state whenever I'm designing new logos.
Calling, noun. A strong urge toward a particular way of life or career, a vocation. Example, nursing isn't just a job for her, it's a calling.
Soul searching. Noun. A deep and honest examination of one's emotions and motives. Example, after some soul searching, he decided to leave his corporate job. Guys, that's it for now. We hope these stories inspired you to look at your daily routine a little differently. You have the time. You just have to stack it.
If you're ready to burst that study bubble and start living in English, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We're here every week to help you break through.
Question of the day. What is one daily habit, like cooking or driving, where you can stack some English input today? Tell us in the comments.
I'm Jacob.
She's Maya. Stop studying, start living. See you in episode 20. Bye.
Bye.